news.
A link to the climate.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's 4 p.m.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
we are here.
Welcome back to It Is Ekse. Welcome. It is Wednesday, of course, and we are talking things
Science and technology.
Science and
the entire
technology.
show. I'm excited.
Are you excited?
I used to be I used to love science a lot when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, but then poverty derailed me to business.
Oh.
Now I'm an entrepreneur. But anyway,
It was just my marks that were wrong.
I'm looking forward to learning more again about science, because I feel like I lost touch with it. I haven't been in high school in 11 years. So
11?
Yeah, in the last 11 years I've been busy doing business. So I'm looking forward to the chat that we'll be having today. Who else do we have here in
So today, because we are talking all things science, we're going to be talking to some of the national space scientists. It's a society that they made because they want kids to focus on things that are all science and sort of guiding them in the right direction as to what it is that you can do with it. Also, of course, a little later on, we have some entertainment from Nakoo, and he was featured in the I Am Next challenge. So you want to stick around for that as well. And also, I think we have top scientists from Cape Town that will be attending the Lindau prestigious. It's a dinner, it's a meeting, and basically they are going to be coming and telling us about their experiences and some of the challenges they have faced in this journey that they're going to be taking. So you do want to stay tuned for all of that and more coming right up on Ekse. And of course, we are here until the hour of 5 o'clock. How do they get in contact with us? Join the conversation.
On social media, you find us on social media, Ekse, everywhere. Just search for us, you'll find us. The hashtag for today is
#science.
Science, that's
Science
all.
things.
But right now,
Everything science.
more science with Kaya, who has news and latest on what's going on in the world of science.
Science
Let's
tech
take a look.
news. Let's go to Melikaya.
Mandibulise kuni babukele emakhaya, ndinamkele kwidisika yeendaba zaseXhosa zenzululwazi nobuchwephesha, i-science and technology. Inqaku lethu lokuqala, iqela loogqirha abaphuma kwidyunivesithi yasePitoli kweli loMzantsi Afrika bavelise uhlobo olutsha lokwenza uqhaqho-ndlebe nelibuyisela ukuva kwakhona. Eli qela nelikhokelwa nguProfesa Mashudu Chifura lenze uqhaqho lube yimpumelelo neluthathe malunga neeyure ezimbini kwisigulane esikwisibhedlele iSteve Biko Academic. Bathe bayazingca kakhulu ekwenzeni oluqhaqho nelile lokuqala ngqa elilolu hlobo. Bakwaleke ngelithi oluqhaqho lungenziwa nakuye nakubani na kuquka nemveku esandula ukuzalwa. Oluqhaqho lenziwe kwisigulane esaziwa ngegama likaThabo Mushiliwa nesineminyaka engama-40 ubudala nebesaphukelwe lithambo lendlebe. Lube yimpumelelo kusetyenziswa i-3D printing kwaye lelokuqala ehlabathini jikelele kube kusetyenziswa i-3D printed bones. Umphathiso wesebe lezempilo kwiphondo laseGauteng uGqirha Gwene Ramokgopa uliqhwabele izandla eligqiza logqirha. Izigulane ezimbini zenziwe uqhaqho felefele kwaye luqikelelwa ukuba luxabisa ubuncinci R50,000 erandi, 50,000 rand. Inqaku lesibini, uMzantsi Afrika uza kulandela indlela entsha yezenzululwazi nobuchwepheshe emveni kokuba ikhabhinethi yeli loMzantsi Afrika iphumezile iphepha elitsha elimhlophe kwicandelo lenzululwazi nobuchwepheshe. Kwinyanga yomSinsi kunyaka uphelileyo, isebe lezenzululwazi nobuchwephesha liseke umgaqo oza kuthi ulandelwe ekuqinisekiseni uhlume kwezenzululwazi nobuchwephesha kweli loMzantsi Afrika. Le ndlela intsha ngokwesebe libethelela kwaye liqinisekisa lijolise kumba we-4th Industrial Revolution. Eli phepha lithatha indawo yelo lathi laveliswa ngonyaka ka-1996. Umphathisa wesebe lezenzululwazi nobuchwephesha kwelu Nkosazana Mamuloko kuba ingubane ukholelwa ukuba lo mgaqo uyakunceda uMzantsi Afrika ekuphumezeni injongo zokukhulisa eli sebe lezenzululwazi nobuchwephesha kwaye abantu noluntu eliyakubonakalisa umdla kulo iminyaka eli-15 izayo. Unkosazana kuba ingubane ukwathe ngokweenkcukacha amanani ingakumbi amanina amnyama anqongophele kweli candelo. Inqaku lesithathu nelelokugqibela namhlanje isikolo samabanga aphakamileyo samantombazana odwa iLa Rochelle esisePaarl besiyingxenye yezikolo zaseKapa ezifumene iwonga elisuka kumsitho obuseRhawutini wesebe lezemfundo eliqwalasela izikolo ezigqwesileyo kuMzantsi Afrika. Esi sikolo ibisesona sikolo siphume emagqabini kwizwelonke ku-quintile 5. iCape Winelands ifumene iwonga lokuba yeyona mvaba ihamba phambili kwizifundo zezibalo nezesayensi. iMetro Central kunye neMetro North zifumene iwonga kwindawo yesibini neyesithathu ngokuhlukeneyo ngokupaselwa ngebachelor kwaye iWest Coast ibesisikolo sesithathu kwezezibalo kwi-physical science. Umphathiswa wesebe lezemfundo uEnji Mutshekga ibenguye okhupha lamawonga. Kunyaka ophelileyo imvaba ezingama-74 kwezo zingama-75 zipaselwe kangangomyinge we-60% nangaphezulu kwaye imvaba ezingama-34 kwimvaba ezingama-75 zifumene umyinge ongange-80% nangaphezulu. Umphathiswa Mutshekga uthe imvaba zisebenze kakuhle ngexesha lemviwe kunyaka ophelileyo, into leyo bonakalisa ukuba amaphondo asebenza ngokuzimisela ukuqinisekisa ukuba izinga lemfundo lisemgangathweni ophakamileyo kwaye iziphumo zemfundo ziyancomeka. Kukangako besinako kwiindaba zethu zanamhlanje de kube lixesha elizayo kamnandi.
Thank you so much, Melikaya. That was very informative. The thing about the ears, bro, and that's amazing. I couldn't be more proud to be a South African because I know the heart transplant also, the first one that took place was here.
Guys, that's why I'm here on Sci Wednesdays, because I want to know exactly what is going on in the science world, and definitely I am going to be in the know if I stay tuned to the show, just like you will do. But for now though, Ulama took to the streets because students in high schools decided, yes, we're going to skip school because we are tired of politicians, and therefore we want to know what are they going to do about it. So climate strike was happening and Lama checked it out. This is how it went.
We are outside the South African Parliament where more than 2,000 learners have come to strike for climate change. These young people want government to take action and take them seriously. They say like the sea, they rise. They want to be heard. They were inspired by a young 16-year-old Greta from Sweden. Greta set out school days for 3 weeks in August last year to ensure that parliamentarians take her pleas seriously. They feel like we are adding pollution to the environment. They feel like we are diluting the ocean and the environment is crying, and they're crying for their environment. So we're here to witness this action in cause and talk to young leaders who want to be heard. So if you take a look around, they want system change, not climate change. The sea level are rising, so they are. They are concerned about climate change, so they want people to stop ignoring the elephant in the room, and they're pleading with everybody to stop polluting. Welcome to Ekse, everybody. It's time for us to take change, and this is how you can be part of it. Yebo. Tangwam Guyola, who has just given a powerful speech about the climate change. Now you join a climate strike because the issues about the earth, she feels like the affect umntu wonke, ukhalela wonke umntu athathe inxaxheba. Yola kwesa speech sakho uthethe ngezinto ezininzi ba uya evenkileni, ngasikuphatha ingxowa, ungathengi into ezeplastic. Ntoni wena ezumntana omncinci ekwenze waqomba le nto ibaluleke kakhulu masize eParlamente sizokwenza i-strike about climate?
Into eneze bandize apha eParlamente ndibonile ukuba kuzogcwala, so eza speech mhlawumbe ndisithetha bendisazi uba wonke umntu uzoyigetha imessage mhlawumbi azame ke ukwenza utshintsho.
Ucinga urhulumente wenza inxaxheba ebonakalayo kwenzele izinto ze-climate strike zizovakala eluntwini kwenzele ube khona utshintsho?
No, ewe uwenzile ke wazama kwi-recycle kodwa kenzanga kwaneleyo.
So do you think that our schools, especially in South Africa, are doing enough to take a child and their mind ubafake ingqondo about climate change?
Well, not really, actually. And I feel like that's my mission. I think for the past 15 years, it's been a mission to really find a way to integrate environmental education with school curriculum because it's very crucial. I mean, and the reason why, like, the reason why they don't do anything is that they don't know. And there's nothing you can do if I was in because if you're trying to say TV, we don't hear much about climate change, we don't hear much about pollution, we don't hear much about environmental issues affecting Tina. And as Indians are affected because if you look at gas emissions,
Yes.
asthma, cancer, zonke izinto lead back to climate change. One. And again, the weird thing is that associate. It's the big companies that are producing coal, good government that's selling our seas, and kwabantu for baba mine like gas. And that's why we are here to say actually it's not Tina, we are doing enough, but government implement policies that would actually protect natural resources ethu.
Yeah, kubalulekile into bangabantu bayithathe seriously into edibene nesuku lanamhlanje tata because of into eyi-one into edibene ne-climate change ayi-affecti nje only one person, i-affecta thina sonke. Noba singayibaleka siyayibona each and every day nasezithivini siyabona into bangaba kukho imvula kwezinye indawo kuba kukho i-fed fires kwezinye indawo kwehla i-droughts. Ke ngokubone xa sithatha i-initiative bone abantu besoloko besiza on such as these things, loo nto ingabonisa i-desperation and yenze nee-leaders zethu bone zikwazi uba zigowe forward, singacingeli only the minority, sicingele the majority as well.
Ruby, I want to understand from your point of view, why is today important and imperative for everybody to participate?
Well, today is about taking back our future. Majority of us here are under 18, so we can't vote. And today is about showing our power through the power of mass non-violent protest, or as Gandhi says, satyagraha. It's showing that we are powerful and we are ready to take our future into our own hands, take it out of the hands of politicians who are stealing it from us by polluting our air and our land and our water.
Speaking of politicians, we're outside Parliament right now and we want them to hear our voices.
We do, yes.
What is our voice saying?
Our voice is saying, tell us the truth. This strike is about telling the truth. We want to be aware of what is going on, what certain politicians are doing behind our backs. We want to know about the IRPs, the Integrated Resource Plan. We want to know about the dirty coal or the green coal that is being talked about, because there is no green coal.
More than 2,000 young people have skipped school today, just like Greta did in Sweden. And today, Greta is one of the nominees for a Nobel Peace Prize, Sifumene Orubi, and many young people who are pushing the movement so that government listens to their voices, because the climate change affects the floods, it droughts, and that leads to us to getting sick, health is being compromised, and the earth could be damaged. And as we all know, there is no climate B. What are you doing at home to change what the corrupt government, as they say, close quote? What are you doing to save the environment? What are you doing? Are you informed about climate change? Hope that this insert brings you so much closure and so much knowledge about climate change, and that you do take note as well. You are watching Ekse. My name is Lamamoon and I'm signing out. Let's save the planet together.
Lama Moon giving us everything from the students because they are ready to fight back and they want to take back their future because Galogu, with pollution, how are we going to breathe? We're not going to have oxygen for the future. Otherwise, this is also just a sign as to how much information that the youth is actually getting, and this is also going to link back to tomorrow's episode, which is all about human rights and them knowing their rights. But for now, we're going to keep it Sci Wednesday, and when we come back, it's everything science. So right about now, let's catch a breather. Yes, we are back on Ekse, and like we said, it is still Sci Wednesday, and we're talking all things science. And like I mentioned a bit earlier before, we have a couple of students who are from the Lindau Foundation. Is it a foundation, institution? I'm interested to know what exactly it is. But of course, on the yellow couches, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that. So we welcome Julia, Jan, and Camille. Who's who in the zoo? Ian, Camille, and Julia. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Welcome to the show. So firstly, please tell us a little bit about what the Lindau Nobel meeting is, because some of us don't actually know what it is.
Okay, so it's a meeting that's held every year in Germany, and the basic idea is to bring Nobel laureates, so people that have won the Nobel Prize in science fields such as chemistry, physics, bio. This year is focused on physics, so you bring, currently there's 41 Nobel laureates, and they're going to be with 500 to 600 students from around the world.
Wow.
South Africa has 20 students, and we're 3 of them. So we get to go there, and you get to listen to talks by these Nobel laureates, and you also get to hang out in more chilled out way with them, where you get to like go on walks
and get to know them,
like why they do it, what they're doing. So it's kind of motivational as well, so for young scientists to
It must be an honor for you guys to be actually selected among a lot of people. I want to know about the selection process. Can you take me through that?
So earlier or late last year, the Academy of Sciences South Africa put out a call for nominations, and they were looking for early career scientists. So master's students up to those that have been awarded their PhD in the last, I think, 5 or so years. And then from that call of nominations, so we submitted an application under that call. They selected some number of us, and the Academy of Sciences put forward a group of our names to Lindau, and the Lindau committee made the final selection. And the 20 of us are going, and the 20 that made it through.
And here you are. I just want to know, what does this kind of sort of like this prestige mean to you guys? Because, for example, you look at like entertainment things, you're like, okay, they have like the Grammys and the Oscars and stuff. No one ever actually looks into science as like, okay, this is what this award means, and this is what you can do with it.
Yeah, so I would say that for most of us, any kind of get-together of physicists is quite fun, just learning new things and just talking about various ideas and things like that. This, I would say, is quite different to that, in that we get to meet, the great physicists. These are the people who have really made their mark. And that's quite an amazing opportunity, and just to be able to ask those people various questions and get their perspectives on things, that's quite a special thing.
And then in the meeting that you guys are going to be attending, because I'm very interested in that, firstly because it's in Germany. I'm a person who's interested in traveling, and I'm jealous right now, but it's fine. The meeting that you guys are sort of going to, and the gathering you guys have, like you told us that, okay, it's mainly talks from other people, but what else do you guys, or sort of looking forward to learning from going there?
So for me, in particular, it's quite hard to get into science in general, and I'd like to know what motivates them, and why do they do it for as long as they did it. I think learning the different motivations of people from different backgrounds to do why they're doing basically what I'm doing is very enlightening. So that's why I'd like to go and see.
Okay, and you guys?
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's obviously also every evening there'll be a kind of a party, so
he's the one with the memo.
And yeah, I mean, you also had something that you were looking.
Yeah, so South Africa is hosting the International Party this year, the International Day Party. So that'll be really cool to be able to show off South African science and where we're at. And we're doing some pretty cool things at the moment.
This is very cool.
In astronomy, we've got the new Meerkat radio telescope, which has been built in the Karoo. And that's just starting to come online. And so to be able to network with some of the greats in astronomy and physics, and to be able to understand how we can use this amazing tool that we now have in our backyard to develop.
I know that earlier I mentioned on the show that I fell in love with physics when I was in high school, but then along the way I fell out of love with them. I want to know when you guys fell in love with physics and what are your specialties within the field?
So I must be honest, I only fell in love with physics, as it were, as I was finishing up my undergrad. But I wanted to be an astronomer as a kid, and not an astronomer, an astronaut, and I still want to be an astronaut. And that got me interested in the stars and the sky. And so I went to university to do astronomy, and along the way fell in love with physics, but have come back to my first love, which is astronomy. But astronomy really is just applied physics.
How about you, gentlemen?
So for me, I would say it was in grade 9, just like learning that there were things smaller than atoms and smaller than neutrons and protons, and learning about quarks, and all of these things just fascinated me. Just this idea that the world that we see every day, there's just so much more to it. And that for me was quite amazing to learn. And that, I mean, I got obsessed with it, like just reading like so many different articles and printing out so many notes and stuff like that. Some of those things still today I'm not even qualified to actually be able to understand some of the stuff.
It's fine, none of us are. But okay, you? Sorry.
I wanted to be an astrophysicist since I think I was 12. I watched a documentary on DSTV, and there were some scientists who were explaining stuff, and I was like, this is what I want to be. I want to be the person that could explain things to other people.
Okay, so you all started basically, except you, because you just came. Welcome. It's fine, I'm going to follow suit. But I just want to know some of the highlights that you guys have experienced so far in your journey, like that one thing that you're like, okay, this is the one thing that's definitely going to make me stay.
I think for all of us, one of the highlights is definitely this.
Okay.
This is definitely
So it's the main event.
Yeah.
This is like the Grammys of like science. I want to go.
Yeah, one of the big perks of astronomy and of research is, for me, the travel. So one of the highlights for me prior to being selected for this was being able to go and observe with a telescope overseas last year.
And is that something that you were just looking forward to, like, for a very long time?
It was certainly an aspect that I never thought I'd get to do, and then the opportunity came up and I was like, yes please.
Yes, and you don't play with opportunities, guys.
Yes.
Wow, okay, so also what other specialties can we find in the physics field besides the one that you guys are specializing in and you've mentioned?
In terms of other specialties, what exactly?
Like what else can people do with physics besides what you guys do?
I mean, in terms of theoretical physics, there's a lot of probability theory, and with that, there's a lot of opportunities for finance. And I mean, you do simulations, meaning that I'm guessing is quite an adept programmer. So I mean, a career in software engineering. And I mean,
I think one of the things that many people said when I used to say that I want to be a scientist is that how are you going to find a job? And I think that's completely wrong, because the skills we learn in science can be applied
to anything,
broadly to pretty much anything. So we're actually quite employable.
Okay, so besides that, just really quickly before we go, what is also the craziest thing that someone has said to you when you tell them this is what I do? Say it with your chest.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Usually speechless.
Okay.
Yeah, probably asked me about their star sign.
So it's probably because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Okay, so also now just on a final note, where can people find you guys and find out more about the work that you guys do?
So I'm based at UCT, at the University of Cape Town, but I have a somewhat academic presence on Twitter. Okay. So if you want to get in touch with me and find out what's going on in my work, I sometimes post pictures about what I'm doing on a daily basis. So you can find me on Twitter. My username is Healy21.
All right.
I currently have a fellowship at the South African Radio Observatory, so you can find me there. But online, I'm mostly on Facebook the most. So it's facebook.com/Camille.
Okay.
I guess I'm sometimes on Facebook, and there will just be my name, so it would just be Jan Low.
I mean, the coolest. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and I do hope you enjoy your time in Germany. I will be jealous from this side, so please send me snaps. I'll follow you. But thank you so much for joining us. Genuinely, this was just enlightening. So, as you've heard it for yourself, SciTech Wednesday is continuing, but for now, we are going to hear from youngster CPT. Youngster CPT, Uti, voice of the Cape. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Welcome back to it. You're still tuned into Ekse, and we're here with you just up until the hour of 5 o'clock. We're talking everything Sci Wednesday because on Wednesdays it's all about science, and we're going to keep the train moving. Right about now, though, on the yellow couches, we do have from the National Space Society, Professor Hal and Dr. No, it's Dr. Bettye and Professor Hal. Yes, I was struggling with this before we came on. Oh, shame. And of course, with them we have Cynthia and of course, Skylar. Yes, welcome to the show, guys. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Firstly, what is the National Space Society? It sounds so cool. I want to join and I don't even know what it's about.
The National Space Society is a group of astronauts, scientists, physicists, etc. from the United States that started the organization over 37 years ago. And every year they have an international space development conference. And at this conference, it's located at a different city in America. And last year, the 37th annual conference was held in Los Angeles, California, where Professor and I live. And because we're on that that local chapter, we were involved in the planning and hosting of that space conference. And from that, we were able to bring in our students from South Africa to let the world know that these kids are brilliant and need to be on the stage.
While you're on the topic of kids, how important do you feel like it is for the youth to actually be involved in things like this, like science?
We're in the 21st century, and the sky is not the limit any longer. That used to be said.
The rockets proved
but
it.
That's right. We're all into space, and if we don't start with our youngsters at an early age, early intervention is very important. And to get them motivated by using space is one of the coolest things you can do.
Wow. So I just also want to know what motivated you guys to start the National Space Society?
Shall I go on?
I was giving him a chance to answer.
To follow through with the planning of the 37th conference that was held in our city in Los Angeles, we had to meet with all of the directors from the various chapters back in Washington, D.C. And they were giving their report, and they were letting it be known, the person in charge of the chapters, all of the chapters that are listed. And when he finished and sat down after naming chapters from all countries, I stood up and asked, what happened to the continent? And he went, the continent? Yes, Africa.
The continent.
Where are the chapters on the continent? And he looked at me and he says, oh.
Confused.
We've never had any participation
But now you do.
from Africa.
Wow.
So I looked at Professor and I said, now we know our next charge from God. And we were able to bring that to fruition last month in Cape Town.
This is
the
so
first
beautiful.
ever chapter of the United States National Space Society on the continent of Africa is right here in Cape
Town.
How's the response has been since you've been here in Cape Town?
Oh, just incredible.
We've been associated with schools and technology centers here in Cape Town since the early parts of 2000. So we're very much involved across the country. To get involved with the National Space Society, of course, is where we are presently. But we've been working with technologists. President Mandela asked us to bring science and technology through our program into South Africa back in 1997, and we've been there ever since.
That is so beautiful.
That's amazing.
Wow. Okay, so I have another question. what is the hope that you have for kids that actually enter into these programs?
Well, we've got to recognize, and I think this is for the kids, they got to recognize that off-Earth experiences now is what the future is.
Okay.
I want to mention it again, off-Earth. That's a new word. I want everybody to get it. Repeat it, off-Earth.
Yeah.
Things are going to be happening off-Earth now, and you have got to get prepared to be a part of that, or you'll get, as we sometimes say, left behind. Well, what does that mean? That means you got to get involved in physics studies, astronomy studies, those types of studies, that bring you to a resource for the future of off-Earth activities. And of course, those industries are still in the development, so the field is wide open.
That's dope. I want to know from you, Skylar, how did you get involved?
Well, it all started off with my dad.
Yes.
So he has always been involved in, let's say, sci-fi movies and series. Star Trek, Stargate, Star Wars, you name it. And ever since I was little, I've always wondered, okay, what would it be like to actually do things like this?
Wow.
At first it was all just all little fun and games.
Yeah.
But then it came to Professor Hall and Dr. Bettye. When I met them, we started this small group at first, and then here comes all the information.
Wow.
And it was such a big shock. It's oh, this is actually happening. And then I came to the realization that, okay, now that you're involved in this, you have to take it seriously. It's not all fun and games anymore like you thought when you were a child. It's actually really happening. Humans are becoming an interstellar race, and it's an actual thing now. We're actually going to be like Star Trek people traveling the galaxy. So it was an amazing occurrence that happened in my life, and I really...
What do you think can be done to get some of your peers to be interested in such? Because it's not very popular, I might say, to people your age.
So most of my friends, we would say into space people,
Space people.
Space people. So what I do is I use movies as well as an example. And if you're not completely interested in it, I'll give you little stories about it. And you don't have to be completely interested, as I would say. You don't have to be a complete space fan. Like me, I wasn't a complete space fan when I started out with this. It was just an ordinary student who's going on my life. Some facts about space that you'd hear in natural science. And then I actually got involved, and I wouldn't say I'm still oh my gosh, you're gonna travel the world. I'm still in the halfway, let's say, between.
Process
but I
of learning.
I truly love what we're doing now, because it's starting to become such a big thing slowly, bit by bit, and I hope to spread the word more to people so that it can become
something big.
Something big.
Wow.
And to show people as well, as Dr. Bettye said earlier, Africa didn't have any participation.
No.
To show you that we're actually there.
You're on the map, yes. So I just want to hear from you, Cynthia, because you're on the Cape Town Space Society. What does that entail, and what does that mean for you?
Okay, for me, very different from Skylar. I grew up in a township. I'm from Nakoo.
Okay.
I started with the Walkers at Fezeka High School, and there was no guidance. I didn't have a mom or father to say this is space or whatever it is that's related to space. But it was because I was very interested. I was very involved. I always just wanted to find out things. That's just my nature. So I actually met the Walkers. I was only 15, and now I'm 30 years old. Don't want to reveal my age, okay?
You don't need to tell them.
It's been a while.
I think I had to say it so that you can understand that it's not just something you do at school, it's something that you continue. It has become part of my life, and you understand it's very difficult to explain to a person that stays in Google to say, let's go to space, or talk about Mars, or talk about something of a sort, because it doesn't make sense. People are hungry. Why are you telling me about people spending billions and going to space? So, it's always a challenge. And when I met the Walkers, Dr. Walker, Professor Walker, coming from a township, there's so many challenges that you face, but they've always been there to just pull me back and just to say, Cynthia, we're here, we're going to support you, because it's not easy. We know that growing up with two parents, taking you through, and growing up in an environment where everything is there, and growing up in an environment where everything is there, and you take him to school, you go to camps, and your parents have money to do certain things. It's very different from a person that grows up and your parents, maybe because my dad was an alcoholic and my mom was working in a butchery, so I didn't have that support. I was just relying on myself. So having, besides just these programs that Dr. Walker and Professor Walker brought to educate us about science, it has actually sort of like made me to be more aware of myself and actually to believe that, look, you can actually do it. Because I mean, I've got a degree in applied geology.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Sorry so hard
And
to cut you off, sorry. I'm so sorry. But we unfortunately have run out of time. But however, you can find information on the National Space Society and where you can find everything that you want to know about them and what it is exactly that they do if you didn't catch the segment on our Ekse pages. And of course, the repeat will be tomorrow at 7 to 8. Otherwise, for now, we are going back. We're going to breathe.
Welcome back, guys, to the show. I'm learning so much, and I hope you guys are as well. Please do keep those comments coming and coming and coming. But right now, though, we are joined by a musician. He goes by the name Nakoo. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's good?
Good to see you. Good to see you. How lovely of you to
I'm
join
good.
us.
I'm good. Ngisemandleni man. Kunjani ku?
We're okay.
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to know when you started music. When and how did you go about? When did you start with music? What introduced you to it, and what influences your style?
As a kid, I used to watch Zola.
Zola 7.
Yeah.
My favorite artist of all
Inspiration.
time.
That's how I got into music. But I think I started recording music in 2008.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That's like 10 years or so.
Yeah, I think
Okay, and you just do your rap music?
I moved from Equator because it was all about, they were doing Equator, so I had to like growth, you understand? But now I'm doing a rap.
So was that a decision based on yourself because you're like, I want you to grow in something else, or because also the scene in which entertainment is in now, everyone is moving from that hip hop Kwaito and they're moving to that alternative and they're moving back. So what inspired you to move from that Kwaito to that rap?
I think it was a growth because at the time I felt like, okay, we're quiet, I'm repeating the same words, and then when I listen to a rap, like there are verses, you understand? I have a chance to just express it more, you understand? But now it's not just rap. I actually have ezinye genres, but I'm not allowed to share. So to me right now it's just the growth. Nobody is undone as long as I'm cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So I say quite influence in Kulu.
I would never lose quite to influence because
That's dope,
you
yeah.
understand?
Only because
Kulele Kylie, just like
Oh,
yeah.
locals.
Yeah.
Down the back.
Cycling.
Go on.
Let's just
I know, that's for now. Somebody address there, but he's gonna come find you. He's gonna come find you.
I want to know about the competition that you entered and how when that's where you met Kid X, right?
Yeah.
And then you have a new song with him, Sosha.
Sosha.
Tell me more about that.
So I heard about this competition from Mngani, and then I signed up for this competition, and then I got there, and then according to a vote, I with top 3, and then with top 3, Kid X and Umakwa, Beats, and Ukobi, they picked my song. So that's how I ended up here. That's why I have a song with Kid X.
Please tell us about that journey. Like, how was it not just meeting, but also getting to work with people like Abu Kid X? Because you know they're big in the industry right now.
It was a great experience. I'm still trying to band young
digest.
So Kid X is like a really humble guy. I was surprised. I don't think it was hard even like the working process, studio, because now he's from a cast, he's influenced by Kwaito, so it was just a walk in the park. It was cool.
Okay, and so the music that you're about to do, because you told us, Mos, you moved from Kwaito, you still have the Kwaito element, and then you went into rap. Can we expect the same thing in your upcoming work as well?
Expect the unexpected.
Ooh, sweet. Why would you?
I don't know. Thing is, I don't know. I listen to all kinds of music, so I don't know if on the is an Niki idea teeny. I understand, and it's boxing. I just do whatever. If it's cool, if it's nice, then man,
that's the one.
This guy is so secretive. I'm not getting enough from him.
Do you know what
I want to know who else you want to work with in the future.
Obviously, Questa.
Yeah.
And Moonchild, I like Moonchild. I know he's surprised.
I feel like she doesn't write music. I don't know why. I feel like she just goes to the studio and then...
Even if she doesn't, but I still like it.
Real fast, where can people find your music before we go?
The song Sosha that I just dropped with Kid X is available on all digital platforms. And also the video is available on YouTube.
Okay, so, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nanko, and Nimvile, wati Nanko. Otherwise, when we come back, we are going to be hearing a performance from this one. But for now, let's hear what Uzahara has to say.
Imali, very, very painful song. I know that it was written after she lost her brother. But anyway, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show. My name is Ahonga Tulaza. Please do find me on social media. Follow me and keep the comments coming on our social media pages at Ekse CTV.
Yes, and of course, if you want to see the repeat of today's episode, catch it on 263 GSTV tomorrow, 7 a.m., and of course on our YouTube channel, Ekse on Cape Town TV. So also, if you want to catch some of the guests and follow them and what they do, go also on our social media platforms on Facebook, Ekse on Cape Town TV, and Ekse_live on Twitter. But of course, we're going to end off the show on a high note because tomorrow it is Human Rights Day, and you want to tune into that episode at 4 p.m. right here on the People's Channel. Otherwise, Tina, we're going to close off with a Sosha because we were having an interview earlier on with Nanko and Unanko, Uti Nanko with Sosha. Otherwise, at the end of this, I won't get where you're going today. What's happening?
Today I am going straight to class after this.
Ew.
Unfortunately.
Ew. Ew. I'm judging him. Otherwise, we're going to observe.
Where are you going?
Ziambo Roma. It's a whole young fest. Otherwise, if you're there by Lower Trollman, catch us there. We're going to be finding you. Otherwise,
right
Nanko.
now, Sosha, after Sekaslam, side piece, stand up! Get the performance from one of your own.
Signing out.
Hit me up.
Nothing new, chillin' in the stew, lacing in the booth with the crew like we do, babe. Yes, it's true, feeling like the truth, missing what I knew, nothing similar to you, babe. Ain't nothing similar to you. Got me teaching niggas now, scared of more choose, babe. Nothing similar to you. Got me teaching niggas now just to be with you. I need you by my side. That's front like we do. I need you by my side. That's front like we do. I need you by my side. That's like we do. I need you by my side. Let's stop it. Boo, we got it. I move, mob, go, love it, trade, love it, food, still love it. You got me front, but fuck it, it's you.
I don't know the next star. All I know, I'm forever yours now. I'm forever yours now. So baby, please don't stop. Baby, please don't stop. Oh baby, please don't stop. Please don't stop.
Nah, go. Hey, now new, chillin' in the stew, lacing in the booth with the crew like we do, babe. Yes, it's true, feeling like the truth, missing what I knew, nothing similar to you, baby. Down you.